Let us start off with a happy note. Our first speaker today is a leading expert on delivering delight and leading with values. Also known as a Chief Delight Officer, he has been on a mission since 2006 to transform workplaces into happier environments where individuals can flourish and teams can thrive. An inspirational, motivational, and entertaining speaker, his breakthrough learning sessions are raved by executives across Asia and Europe. Our speaker leverages his international experience as a former diplomat, investment banker, vice president of marketing, basketball coach, and change leader. This provides him a wealth of diverse personal experiences to inspire top executives. He has worked with organizations like Marriott Hotel, Turkish Airlines, Marina Bay Sands, Coca-Cola, Visa, and many others. It's a truly impressive man. May we invite Avi Liran up on stage for the opening keynote.
Thank you very much, Samantha. Good morning. Good morning. That's a very slow good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's play a little bit. All right. Now, I want to share with you today one strange and powerful word. It's called Kindmorsity. All right. Kindmorsity. If you're curious to know what this word means, please stand up and clap your hands. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. That was too nice of you. Now, if you are a curious person, please stand up again. Wow, I see two non-curious persons. Please sit down. Now, if you have lots of questions and you dare to ask them, please stand up. Please sit down. If you are too shy to ask questions, please stand up. If you are too shy to stand up, please stand up. Alright. Let me start to reveal this mysterious word. I'll take you back with me to 1985. I was a student. I was learning economics and business. And I didn't have a lot of money, so I had to work and to study at the same time. Now, the worst subject was statistics in business. All the math, and I was 4 years in the army, I forgot everything, so I failed once. If I failed twice, I'd be put out of the university. Dr. Neer was a nightmare of the faculty. He was tall and tough like Clint Eastwood. He was mean like Dracula. He was buff like Muhammad Ali, and he had strong presence. I knew that if I'm not going to ask questions, I'm going to fail again. Because I didn't understand. And frankly speaking, not a lot of people understood. Only 30% would pass every year. So what do? So I asked, and I asked, and I asked, and I asked, and I asked, until one day, Dr. Neer said, "No more question, Mr. Liran." I was in panic mode because I didn't understand. And I said, "Dr. Neer, please, nobody understands what you're talking about. Please, answer. I will fail." "Mr. Liran, we don't have time. There's so much material that I need to give because the midterm exam is next week." "Sir, please explain. I don't really understand." "No more question." "But sir, we are paying to understand. We are paying you to understand." Now, he got a little bit upset. "You pay me? The university pay me, not you." I was a little bit cocky. So I stood up and I said, "Dr. Neer, students pay the university? University pay the lectures? Statistically speaking, there is 100% chance that we pay you." He was getting red. He looked at me and he said, Mr. Liran, you're wrong. Get out of the class. I was shocked, but I didn't lose it. I told him, what was rude by asking questions and wanting to learn? It's actually, we're going to fail if we not learn. I don't care, you're rude, get out. I told him, I'm staying here because I was respectful. I have a right to understand, and I don't think I should be summoned up. And he said, Mr. Liran, either you go out or I go out. I was very cocky at that time, and I said, Dr. Nir, Israel is a democratic country. If you want to go out of the class, nobody will stop you. Well, he went out of the class, and the dean asked me to come, and there was a little conversation there. And yes, I was out of the class. So what do you do when the door is blocked? I tell you what we do. If the door is locked, you go back and you try to open the window or the back door. And if they are blocked, you just go under and find the way in, or by the chimney. So I went and I took all the exams that were in the past years and created a study group. And I went and asked other people, and I went to take private tuition. Now, let me fast forward very, very fast to 1 week after the midterm exam. That was the worst midterm exam, and you could see Dr. Nir come in very angry, and he's looking for a victim because only 2 people passed out of 42 people, not 30%. He was waiting that I will ask a question, and of course, I asked a question. You know when somebody locked a missile on you? Mr. Liran, it's all because of you. Only 2 people passed. Now, I was one of the 2. So, I'm looking at him and I said, I know. And he said, you should go and talk to the one that got 100. And I was the first student in the history of Dr. Nir to get 100. Alright? And when I told him, it's me, you should see his red face turning white. And why is all this story? Is because some of us are afraid to ask questions. Some of you are too shy to stand up. And if you allow yourself in life to be held and not ask the questions you're supposed to ask, you will prevent the world for some of the greatest ideas and the greatest innovations. But that's not good enough, because sometimes asking questions can save you also from jumping to conclusions. So I want you to make an experiment, and now I will reveal a little bit about, so here, this is curiosity, okay? Now, pair up with someone and put your hand 10 centimeters apart between you and the other person, alright? Okay, you and another person, alright? Now, you need to imagine that in between your hands, there is a pencil that is sharpened in both sides, okay? 2 sharp edges. Now hold it, don't make it fall, and now press a little bit. Until it starts to be painful, and then stop. Is it painful? Okay, press more. Now press. Do you feel the pain? Say I. Okay, now press even more until it goes into the flesh. Okay, now this is an exclamation mark. When we are, you can put your hands down, and you can put something against the bleeding, alright? Now, when we are judgmental, and we say sentence like, you always, you never, you should have, you must, the other person immediately gets defensive, and you're not going to get towards. So, let's try it again. Put your hand 10 centimeters apart, and now have an imaginary yellow smiling squishy ball over there. Alright. Now press. Is it painful? Is it fun? Now move it. Is it fun? You dropped it, put it back. Well, this is the power of the question mark. Because the same idea that was portrayed harshly as you're always late. You could say it like, why were you late today? And maybe you will find that the person who was late just saved someone's life. It will prevent you from jumping to conclusion. It will be a nice way for the other person to express themselves. And then you can communicate, disarm them, and then get them to the place that you want. So curiosity not only allows you to express your ideas, to learn more, but it also is a way to make you communicate better, to get people to connect with you, so you could get influence. But that's not good enough. I used another element with Dr. Lear. And by the way, the next semester was theory of games. And guess what? It was Dr. Lear. And the first time that I raised my hand, Dr. Lear said, "Class, I have to stop. Mr. Liran has a question." And we became great friends. So the second thing that I used was humor. If you spice everything that you say with a little bit of humor and have laugh at yourself rather than laugh on other people's expenses. Let's try it. Put your finger here. Alright? Now put it here and laugh on yourself. Okay, pretty easy, yeah? And the last one, I think it's a trump card. If you communicate with, now it's supposed to be good, with kindness, and have in your heart the intention when you're coming to somebody else to be kind, to feel, how could I serve that other person? What can I contribute? Now they call me Chief Delighting Officer, and I found that the biggest secret how to delight other people is with just one thing. Actually, one is acceptance. You accept reality, you accept others, instead of trying to change them, change yourself. And the second one is contribution. What can you contribute? So instead of asking, what is there for me? Ask yourself, what can I give to the others? And when you will do that, you are wired for success, because your brain will secrete oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine that will make you happy. So before I finish, I want you to talk with your partner. What is the one contribution that you're going to give today to other people? 1 minute. Go. If you hear me, raise your hand. All right. When I'm going to go home, my daughter will ask me, Avi, how was your talk? And I will tell her, you won't believe it. When I finished, everybody stood up and they gave me a standing ovation and they sang, "That's the way and I don't want to lie to her. So, how was the presentation? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Avi. That's the way to make a speech, don't you agree?